As doctors like me, actually, we are very much habituated for very complicated, very difficult things and all these things. But when I joined it, I found that I was doing a lot of strain on all these things, and that was the real blockage. So after joining Passionpreneur, I am happy and my customers are happy. My patients are happy because now I knew what they want, how to give them value. My working has become less, the results has increased, happiness of the patient is more, earning is also more. So all win, win, win.
Good morning and welcome, Dr. Rajendra Sonawane, to Passionpreneur Success Stories. How
Good
are you?
morning, ma'am, my mentor, Anju madam.
I'm so happy to have you here today on this beautiful, amazing success story shows. And I am inviting you to introduce yourself to our audience, who you are, what you do. Let's have a brief introduction from you.
Yeah. I am Dr. Rajendra Sonawane. I am a homeopathic doctor, but I practice or I treat only one disease, that is psoriasis, which is an autoimmune disorder. I have been treating this single disease for last 37 years. I have treated so far 26,000 patients, having my practice not only in Mumbai and Pune, but many countries of the world. And actually, I'm the first homeopathic psoriasis specialist in India. And probably there are very few in the world also. So treating one single disease. All these academically, I'm MD, I'm fellowship in homeopathy, a lot of good academics is there. And I have dedicated my life for the treatment of psoriasis. And let me tell you a brief about psoriasis. Psoriasis is an autoimmune disorder which has no treatment in modern science. It can only be controlled by their medicines, whereby the medicine itself has a serious side effects after long term, and the patient is left with the disease and no treatment. So I came up to treat the psoriasis with safe homeopathic medicines and have achieved a good success in that. Well, let me tell you about, it's not the treatment now I am passionate about, but this disease is 3% in the world. People suffer almost 3%, which was very common in the age group of 30 to 40, almost 35 years ago. Nowadays, young people are suffering from it and children's. And there is a lot of disability if it is not treated properly. The latest thing I think that this disease is very lesser known and people do not know it. And it can definitely with awareness can be avoided. So I'm writing a book and it's coming in a month or two. And the simple heading is that no psoriasis to no psoriasis. If we really know about the psoriasis, a common person, then definitely he can control and he can avoid psoriasis. This is the first book that is coming in the world for the patients. There are a lot of books for the doctors and research workers, but there is no book for in a simple language for patients, and it is also for doctors how to explain it. So this is all I am doing it, and I'm really successful in my profession. Thank you.
Very amazing. Thank you so much for introducing so powerfully. And I'm really moved by, what all you shared about how you are making a real impact. And of course, congratulations on the book also. We're really looking forward to the book coming in the market soon and, really reaching out to thousands of people for them to have the relief. So having said that, of course, you have been an integral part of Passionpreneur Mentorship. You had, joined us some time back. So I want to know from you, like, what were the challenges or problems you were facing before joining Passionpreneur Mentorship?
Definitely, as I told you, my profile, it is definitely a good and it really encourages someone. But irrespective of my profile and my success, it was for others, not for me. And that was my pain. Because because of my professional knowledge, I was successful. Because of my professional knowledge, I had a good amount of monetary income and I was settled in life. But to manage it and to do that, I had to work almost 18 hours a day. I had no time for me. I had money, I had everything, but I myself cannot enjoy it. This was my first challenge. And moreover, when someone becomes successful, he achieves the stage, to maintain that stage, it's very difficult. And then I had no time to give to my family. I had no time to give to my health. And moreover, I found in that there are a lot of people in my community or in my profession. They are not as dedicated as I am. They are not as intelligent as I am, but still they are more successful than me. And I was really wondering that how go that I am not enjoying my life, these people are enjoying it. And I was really searching to manage all these things. And all these things, actually, I am, when I joined Passionpreneur, I was almost 60. Now I'm 63. So what I was thinking that I am doing it for last up to the age of my 60. How long will I do it? And when shall I enjoy my life?
Mm.
So I didn't have time. And the very painful thing was that just I told you that my book is coming. I was thinking for this book last 15 years, but I didn't get the time to write the book even.
Mm.
So everything, so many things in my mind, and I couldn't really, I was successful in the eyes of my patients in the society. But so many things were inside me, and I was not, I was failure in that.
Thank you so much for authentically sharing all those challenges, and of course, as rightly said by you, there are like for the world, you could look successful and you were successful, but from the inside, there were a lot of things that you were wanting to do. And, not just from the living a fulfilled life, but also, creating more impact. And maybe if I rightly say, like how our Gurudev says, living a 6 Sundays, a life. And that is what I think you were aiming towards. So what really motivated you to join Passionpreneur Mentorship when you decided that I've got to be onto this mentorship? So what
Sure.
was that one thought that
Yeah.
I have to be here?
So when I thought this process that I have to do, then I was searching for a lot of business motivational learnings and joining the courses. But I found all those courses were just a bookish one, just a knowledge, but not practical one. It was just for time being, you get excited and you get all these things, but they are not directly helpful to you. And I failed in that. I lost almost lost. I don't know. I won't say lost, but I spent a lot of money, lakhs of rupees in that. And then I was just watching some videos, and advertisement of Dev came. So the very wordings were very impressive and very challenging. And while he was speaking, a guy not as qualified as me, a guy not as experienced as me, he's almost 20 years younger than me. But the way he was talking, the confidence and the integrity and the honesty, I found it. Usually, I skip such advertisements. I fully heard complete of this, and I found honesty in it. I found something in it. And I joined his first 99 rupees webinar for 3 hours. And my journey really started from there. And from there, I don't know, I didn't miss a single course, a single challenge to join him till date. And it really helped me a lot. It was my ego initially to see that I'm more experienced, I'm more knowledgeable, I have more qualifications to learn from him. But everything dissolved and everything was diluted. And I just became so humble. And what he says that I wanted to be, and I am his dream student.
Indeed, indeed. I could completely resonate with what you are saying. And, how for you, unlearning first in a way, and becoming an empty vessel and like really ready to receive everything that, you received. And then, of course, taking action inside of that. I think it takes a lot of courage and also a lot of courage to share this. So thank you for like really being so brutally honest. And, so you've been into this program and then you experienced it, and of course you got a lot of benefit also. We are going to talk about that also, in terms of results. But if I have to ask you, what was the specific um, part of our program that that you found that this was the most beneficial? Like, of course, there are like various things, but what was that one thing that you thought is very beneficial?
First thing, when I joined the Passionpreneur, actually, I was very much delighted. The number one thing that I found it that it's a very simple, easy, and comprehensible process.
Mm.
As doctors like me, actually, we are very much habituated for very complicated, very difficult things and all these things. But when I joined it, I found that I was doing a lot of strain on all these things, and that was the real blockage. It was a very simple, easy process to be followed without using your brain, and you are just surrendered to your Guru Dev. You just surrendered to your mentors like you, Anju Madam, and he had step-by-step process. When you start with one, you desire your passion, and he has everything. For example, I will tell you, he has made me social media aware. So I do it myself now. So everything that is needed in your business, right from your niche, right from how to find out your niche, how to develop it, how to make the brandings, very, very little things, how to talk, how to present yourself. All these things were absolutely new for me. Nobody taught me this, and nobody said me it is important.
Yeah.
So what a professional like me, what important is that I have to study my disease, I have to study, do the research papers, all these things. It's okay at certain point, but that is not the first and last thing that is going to give us success. There are so many things in you, and the transformation that I got here, that is just amazing. And all his process step by step. When one enters the Passionpreneur, he takes the step, he doesn't know what is the next step. When he goes to the next, and he just comes out unknowingly successful.
Correct. Beautiful. It's this simple blueprint, that you got, and, you found it like incredibly, implementable. And that's how, you were able to, of course, as rightly said, that, being a doctor, you're more involved into your technical studies and, other things. But what about business? So you got something like a great business blueprint over here, which help you market yourself well, and of course so many other things that got a great change in your total overall brand, like having you as a personal brand. And I'm sure that would have led to some amazing bangs also in life. And let's hear from you, if there is anything, or maybe a specific example of bang that you would like to share with us. Maybe that was a huge result that you'd like to share with us.
First of all, after joining Passionpreneur, number one, I knew, because I used to see hundreds of patients a day, and most of them were satisfied and most of them were not. And I really don't know how to tackle with them. I couldn't understand my customer. It's only taking money, giving the results, still they are not satisfied. So after joining Passionpreneur, I am happy and my customers are happy. My patients are happy because now I knew what they want, how to give them value, which I was not knowing. It is not simple that I treat them, give medicine. That is not the only one thing. I should have a connection with them, a human connection. And they are happy with me. This I learned from Passionpreneur, knowing your customer avatar.
Mm.
If you don't know customer, even if you are successful, it's not a real success.
Correct.
So that I understood in this Passionpreneur journey, that you have a framework of your customer. Everything is, what can I say, that is scripted. Outside it looks like that, but if you understand one thing, I know what my customer wants beforehand, and I have the answers to their questions beforehand. And that's what the real satisfaction of my customer. This I found it number one, my bank. Number one, second number, 15 years, I was thinking of writing book. Even there was lot of demand from my patients that why don't you write your book? They wanted me to write a book.
Look at that.
But I didn't have the schema. I
Yes.
didn't have how to do that. Even I had knowledge.
Mm.
But to put it in a systematic way, it has been taught in Passionpreneur. And it was very easy for me. The next important thing I found that because I didn't have a time for me, I didn't have time for my family, I didn't time because I had to work and work and work only.
Mm.
Then after understanding what they has taught me that HTC, that how you have a good income with less number of time spending, less number of patients, that's really a bank. And now the thing is that what I'm, if I tell you today is your last May. I was actually, I have practiced this year only for 9 months
Uh-huh.
in my practice. Nine, not if June is not yet complete.
Yes.
3 months I was in US, April, May, and June. So today, if I see the changes in my practice, is that 3 months I was in US and I was offline. Before 2 years back, I was in US for 2 months and I was doing online. So
Yeah.
the system changed so much that I got 100% time.
Wow.
3 large months in US without worrying about my business, without worrying anything, total enjoyment, total research. I
Mm.
dedicated myself on research and enjoyment both. This time I never got in my life. Even thinking of 15 days for the holiday, I had to plan 3 4 months in advance and I had to lose lakhs of rupees in that. On the other hand, I say when I was in US, I earn more when I personally practice.
My
So
God.
this is a bank because of a system that I developed with the guidance of Passionpreneur. And everybody is happy on the other hand when you are not there. This year I'm not going to US, but my patients have started asking me from March, sir, are you going? They have prepared for my holidays.
Yes.
So you see, this is a win-win situation
Yes. Correct.
because they are also happy. I am enjoying, I am going, I am doing, and this is a real bang and not that one. It's a real bang is again more because my earning has increased.
Wow.
Very
That
soon,
all ears to hear
yeah,
that.
yeah. The earnings, I must say that I am almost 40 to 50, 40 to 45% of my practice in 9 months. And in between also, I have 2 3 months holidays. That is, my working has become less. The results has increased. Happiness of the patient is more. Earning is also more. So all win, win, win. On the other hand, if you see my earlier life, I was really thinking if I have to go find some Sundays with my wife.
Mm.
So this system and processes that I have gone under this Passionpreneur journey, and not only the journey, but the guidance and the hand holding. The basic thing is the very hand holding. Dev has given the knowledge. Anju ma'am and all these mentors have definitely helped me. Each word and its phrase and the grammar, I will say, everything has been taught here.
Yes.
So I think it is an imperative thing for every businessman, every professional, especially the doctors. It's
I
a
am
must for them.
100% sure if all the doctors who are listening to us today, or anyone, in fact, I would say having a business, what you have achieved and the amount of success that you've shared, I think it's incredible because it's really inspiring. Money is one thing, but having that time for yourself, spending, that me time, and, having that beautiful feeling of living your life fully, I think that is the true success.
Yeah,
And money wise also, like now there is no stress, as you say that, even though you are away from your business, but there is no, like, there is still a lot of mental peace that, hey, you know what, I have systems in place, I have, my second line in place, and, all those things organized in such a way. So you have taken great actions. I must compliment you, Dr. Rajendra, on this. And I would say you've answered a lot of my questions, which I was about to ask you, like professionally, what has happened, personally, what has happened. But yes, you already shared, what is happening. You're spending more time with your family, and also professionally, you're doing more research as well. You're upgrading yourself and, putting more systems. You've done HTC, like high ticket, where you are like focusing on absolutely amazing, stream. Now, how does that make you feel? Like, when overall, if you have to say, wow, this is like a dream life or something, I don't know, how does it make you feel?
See, dream life, you see, money has no boundary. You can earn any amount of money.
Correct.
But if you can use it, if you can enjoy it, that is the real success.
Yes.
It is not the name and fame. For example, today, if I think I was 12 days in Uttarakhand, absolutely with only with my wife. And that is also a very executive holiday. And she was very happy for that, which was never there.
Mm.
Rather, I always ask her. She was behind me. Now I am behind her for holidays. The change is different. So, and about, I will say about the research and all these things, even I did not get time for my research. Now I get time. And nowadays I find that people, recently, LinkedIn, I am a lot of top, and people from all around the world wants to learn with me. And one of the biggest institute in USA, that is American Institute of Homeopathy, they have requested me to present my paper in their journal. So this is the highest achievement that because I couldn't spend time in these things.
Mm.
I'm able to help more and more people now. I'm reaching the unreachables. So that is the greatest success for me, not the amount of money, but I'm needed to so many people around the world. And how can I reach it? That I was not knowing the process. So once I joined this, I knew the process. I knew the process to write the book. Once my book is published, even I will be more reachable, I will be more helpful. My knowledge will be helpful more and more people. So that is really the fulfillment I feel. And when I am fulfilled, then I can really enjoy my holidays and my family life and me time. Otherwise, how one can enjoy it?
Correct. Correct. Amazing, amazing. Really, really beautiful to hear that part. Also like, now the recognition coming in such big way, it is like, I'm sure, a dream of so many people, that my research papers can, be somewhere be presented in such big platforms, etc. And, you are already at it. And last year, maybe I think we had heard even the conference in the Paris, I think they had also kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
invited you. Uh, so it's beautiful, like, how you are now absolutely gone global with your craft, and people are ready to learn. And there's so many doctors in your domain are also taking a lot of inspiration as to how you are running your business, how you are making it profitable, how you are actually also living your life. So I think that has, I'm sure, has a huge impact. And if you were to also translate as to when you said, there is a good amount of increase in, your business, do you also wish to share, maybe you were at X and now you are at what X?
Yeah. I will share a thing that recently, I think the last 6 months back, I bought a Fortuner. That is the top end model. This is there.
Right.
A lot of changes. My son has completed his education. I just did his education in last 2 years. That is a large amount of money that I spent it. And enjoyment of the holidays is already there.
Of course, that too exclusive.
That to be exclusive.
Yes.
And in the piece is that I work only for 3 days a week.
Mm.
And rest of the days, I decide that whether I have to do the research, I have to write a book, I have to go with that is my me time. And even I told you that I have added this year 3 crores extra in this 9 months to my income without any sweating. Suppose if I have to double my income, so usually they say that I have to work a lot, I have to sweat a lot. No, it is not. It's very easy. Rather, it is relaxing. So if this goes on like this, so all the systems and processes that we follow, and I do follow what is, and one very important, I will say you, it's all success, but whenever you get a problem, when you are stuck. So there Dev is there. So in this success, it is not that I was always successful. I was depressed sometimes. I was
Yes.
sad sometimes. I had big problems sometimes. And when I asked these questions to Dev, no, it is such an easy go solution. So I was worried that it's such easy. So that is really one of the important thing in my success. So
Yes.
whenever I find, even I am a doctor, if I find a solution and I'm worried about it, so Dev is always there. And one of the question I'm always remember when I ask about Dev, I asked him before making all these changes. I said Dev that Dev, as the people say, I'm successful, I have everything in my life, but if I wanted to go ahead, I may lose this one. And that is the real biggest blockage in a success of some people. They can't have an exponential success because whatever they are in had a little is there. They are not ready to leave it, or they have fear of losing it. And they have really given me a simple answer. He said, we came in this world like this. What will happen, doctor? Even if you lose.
Yeah.
And he said, even if you lose, you already know the way.
Build it again.
You'll get it again in a very shorter time. So
Correct.
that gave me a real relief and a confidence to make
Mm.
these changes.
Awesome.
And I never looked back. So all these simple things that comes from Dev's guidance, no. So that is nowhere in the books. That is nowhere, and that is the only thing that one should join Passionpreneur. There are a lot of books, lot of trainings, okay, but these things you will not get anywhere.
Correct. Correct. And we have this very special formula that we all use whenever we are stuck. We say how wonderful, and we move on. So I'm sure that shift of energy is very evident. And I love the way you shared the perspective, how completely your perspective actually changed, while you were holding on to something, and you just knew, oh, it's okay, you can just let it go. Only when you let go, actually you actually move to the next level, next level, next level. And that's what you did. So that was beautiful. And how you shared, sometimes it takes another doctor to give that pill, and that definitely, shifts the gears. So thank you so much for sharing that. And as just like you touched upon this, that how you found, you know, since you have also tried some other stuff, maybe. So what do you think, like how Passionpreneur mentorship is different or maybe better than any other resources you may have tried, briefly also?
You see, Passionpreneur mentorship is not just for business. It's all around for your whole of your life. If I say that it is not only my business, it's my personal life, it's my family life, it's my spiritual growth, it has helped. So they do not talk about the business, money, money, money only. There are a lot of people for that. But Passionpreneur is a movement, is a life movement, is a life transformation movement. And I always say what I got in Passionpreneur, I got my transformation. I am transformed. I never think that I am old now or I will ever be old. I always think that I'm young and I'm working, and I'm doing and I'm making changes. I wanted to contribute to the world how much I can. So that energy I got in Passionpreneur. The same energy in my business, same energy in my life, in my personal life, family life, everywhere. And that everything is there in a Passionpreneur, right from spiritual. Last but not least, I will say all the technicalities. Even for a guy like me, we do not know about the social media, LinkedIn, and all these things. Every guidance and every expert is there to guide you. So I don't think anything what is not there in Passionpreneur. So anything problem comes, first of all, I have to join the community. I have joined to join the Passionpreneur. That's the all always I think of the whole life book. I will say like that. It's a
You
life book.
Yes, amazing. That's a very great analogy. So it's like a holistic, approach that we have in our program, and I'm sure you experienced that, and you shared it also with us, and it's quite visible. And even though I know the answer of the next question, but still I'd like to ask you, would you recommend Passionpreneur Mentorship to others? And what would you say to them?
If I have given the right, I will make it compulsory.
The best answer so far, I would say. Is beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. Mandatory. It should be mandatory,
It
isn't
should
it?
be mandated. It should be mandated.
Yeah.
Rather, I think, rather having a university degree, one should join the Passionpreneur first.
That's that's huge. Thank you. I mean, I really get the depth of what you mean to say, because just previously you said, certain things are not even there in the books that you probably learned and, you implemented and experienced. So I got my answer, and I'm sure audience also would have got the answer, that with how much conviction that you say this, each word is resonating with what you really feel. Yeah. So it's amazing to see, Dr. Rajendra, all your beautiful transformation throughout. And yes, you have been someone who was already doing great in terms of, when it comes to your profession, but how you actually took it to the next level is something I'm sure a lot of people will get really inspired. So I want to understand from you, what is your next big goal or maybe big promise? And, like, how does it align with whatever that you have learned in Passionpreneur Mentorship? So let's declare that big goal,
Yeah,
with.
yeah, definitely. Because now, whatever it is there now, definitely, if I say I'm going to be billionaire next year, so that is too less to talk about. But
Correct.
it is more than that, because it's not only now my thing is to treat the patients and all these things. It is to help the doctors to make it a fire like Passionpreneur. I wanted to make many doctors like me who can go around the world and who can assure the people that this disease can be treated and one can be free of this disease for a pretty long time. So I'm coming up with my own program to teach the fellow doctors the how to be successful like me and how to be successful in the niche I am. So I don't want to leave the world like that, but I wanted to make many thousands on uh, millions of doctors like me who can help the world to get rid of so many diseases like that. And I hope there will be a world without any diseases, or a healthy world.
That's beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing this, absolutely with your beautiful heart, and, the way you are actually creating the legacy, I should say, Dr. Rajendra, because it is not just, you know, a business part of it. It is not just the success part of it, but how, you really envision the whole world, how you are such a great visionary, looking at creating more people like you who are not struggling, and giving more impact, giving more value, and not just the doctors, but through them, you are actually helping the humanity also to, just get relieved from their pain. So this is a very beautiful thought, that can come from a legend like you. And really happy, and we really wish you good luck for creating this amazing legacy and amazing movement that you are onto. And really looking forward to the amazing success and whatever that, you desire in the world coming true for you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing, and all the very best.
Thank you. Thank you.